Carolina and NoVa get things started in the final game of the U.S. Open Cup Round 1. Opening kickoff is underway here in Greensboro, North Carolina, in the UNC Greensboro Soccer Stadium. Is the early first impression, and so far these two teams very much that kind of finally played chess match, or kind of that cat and mouse game, just kind of feeling each other out, figuring out what they're about. As you mentioned, NoVa assembled less than 3 weeks ago. Carolina core
7 weeks.
Same thing, yeah, about 2 months. So they're both within that span. As a shot taken off the left foot, off of Polanco, gets held on by Hamid. And the first shot on net, the first save for Bill Hamid.
And that could be really interesting. If you're not getting to that final attacking third, or just with all your players and trying to do it.
Hadid into the box, cleared away, but ball's maintained in the possession of the core. Rodriguez retreats before it gets sent up into the box again. Continues to juggle, but no one able to get it clear. And a block comes back, and that one finds its way in! The clearance goes off of the core and finds its way behind Hamid! The core open the scoring!
And you were mentioning about the opportunities that you must not disallow. And this is one of those. It's really hard to see because he just wants to kick the ball as fast as possible. But then you have a player that knows exactly what to do and how.
Only one shot on target for NoVa, but not only one shot, but not on target. Now sent into the box, punched away by Sutton, and cleared out to the end. But NoVa will maintain possession with a throw deep in the Carolina end.
And talk about a save. That was interesting what we saw from Sutton, just being there, ready to kick that ball out.
6'2" for Alex Sutton. So a lot of reach as the throw-in gets sent in, and continuing to use that 6'2" frame to make the leap and the snag. Strip from Mike Akingoye. He wants to generate some offense. Splits out wide. Continues to drive into the box. Taken down from behind. No whistle. Hadid clears, and now an opportunity for a fast break for Carolina. Daniel Akingoye trying to slow down his man before the possession comes back to Carolina. Polanco drops it off. Out wide, Cuevas. And NoVa disrupt the play. Ball play back, Bill Hamid. We've been talking about some of the early offensive chances for both of these teams. 2 shot attempts apiece. However, of those 4 shot attempts, a turnover comes the other way, and now a chance for Carolina. A rebound, they score! A fumble inside of the box by NoVa. Driven home by Carolina, but offside on the play will negate the second goal. Facundo Canete thought he had his first ever goal, but it will be offside.
And the referee, he was ready to call that, raise his arm, disallowing Canete to celebrate. It was a good opportunity for sure. And then, like we mentioned, taking advantage of the mistakes made by NoVa, and in this case was really important to get that momentum keep being built up for Carolina core. I guess we're getting another few goals in this first half.
But in that early half an hour, Possession just on the NoVa side at about 54%. But despite that, Carolina still have the edge in shots on net and in the score line. So kind of that 1 point you were just mentioning, Carmen, how Carolina, as a foul comes against Carolina, set piece in favor of NoVa. Despite the fact that Carolina is ahead in terms of the shots on net and in terms of the score line, NoVa have been taking advantage of their opportunities. And as we mentioned, kind of picking off the mistakes of the other team as well.
And here we're going to see the offside coming from that pass over there, and then just with the back heel, right?
That arm up from Hamid, he knew right away.
Yeah, what a talented Hamid is.
But throughout the first half an hour, you would think that Carolina has really been the
bigger team, quote unquote?
I would use more of a term like controlling, as they're controlling into the offensive end again, as a quick tug, but continues to be played on. Abril tries the crosser, but overhead everyone.
Now it's earlier, 16, 17, 18, and you can already have these players in great teams.
Sent into the box again, sent off by Carolina, but NoVa will keep the possession. And NoVa will send this one up. And the deflection against Carolina, so another chance for NoVa to force a set piece deep in the Carolina end. And because of that, NoVa has taken over the advantage in terms of shot attempts as well. So they're getting the chances there, they're getting the time there, as that ball sent in deep. Header, rebounds, off the post and in! NoVa level the game at 1.
Well, only 30 minutes passing by in this match, and we already have another goal, this one for NoVa, and it was exactly what we meant.
Kind of epicenter for just sports as a whole at every level, whether it be at major pros or even at the Pee-wee youth. But ball sent in deep off the set piece, as NoVa maintains possession again. Medina. Return pass for Akinkoye. Medina weaves through his man. Medina feeds it. They score. NoVa up 2-1. 40 minutes in. It's Alex Abril who puts NoVa ahead. So we saw the mishap earlier, but now NoVa have not only made up for that, they took one back and have now taken their first lead of the game.
Mentioning before, CCFC is a new team, only played one game.
Ball sent in, however, will they tie it? And that one is swatted away from Bill Hamid.
From 19 homes in the 40th minute.
And they were about to tie the match, but then they had a player like Hamid that was ready to dive with that one hand and stop the ball against that great shot. What a great save. We talked about the Sutton save in the first 20 minutes, but now this one, they're there. And the first corner for Carolina Core.
Overhead, just deflects off the head of Rodriguez. But Carolina maintains possession as a hard takedown. Press and really force Carolina Core to kind of do things that they don't want to do, as Sutton comes out of his box and ends the first half.
Or Carolina Core ends up just being able to put that score back on their favor.
As we return for the second half between Northern Virginia and the Carolina Core, and I really liked the point that you made right before that kickoff, Carmen, of saying that in that Vermont-Lexington game on Tuesday, they were really forcing things out of the corner, and NoVa's almost doing the same thing, just trying to get those, you know, we saw that throw in inside of the attacking third, and also that that tightrope along the end line to force the centering feed. it's essentially very much the same thing. The outside coming in, creating havoc that way.
The only difference between that match and this one, not that it's going to be the result, Vermont was at home. NoVa is away right now. So it's even more important for NoVa and what they're doing.
But Carolina core look to respond, and Hamid is able to swat that down on the first attempt for Carolina in the second half.
Hamid just a force to be reckoned. Like, wherever he is, whenever he gets the opportunity to grab the ball, he's going to go directly to the goal and see what he can create. This is the first one of this second half. He's sure coming with so much more.
And it was one of those things that was mentioned right before that opening goal from Carolina, the 1-0 goal, that it's going to take a lot to fool someone like Bill Hamid, who's had that lengthy experience. He's even had a long tenure with the men's national team as a centering feed to the box, and a rebound off of the crossbar, but Carolina keeps it in. A second chance gets deflected out, and the corner will come for Carolina. Bit of a back and forth battle. As we are mentioning just the loads of potential upsets, essentially, it's just that season of March. Just the way these tournaments go, as that takedown from behind draws a foul. But it's just kind of that time. It's no matter what sport it is, the tournaments make it go as the shot goes, but it is held on by Alex Sutton. A threatening opportunity comes for Carolina. Centering feed, and now an opportunity goes. Hamid with the stop, a rebound, they score! David Polanco, his first career goal in the US Open Cup history in the 90+1 to tie it up versus Crown Legacy. Ties the game at 2.
And that is the way to attack. You have to do it this way.
And it's one of those things that we've been talking about all game, that it's been threatening the ability to create momentum off of those stoppages, as NoVa looks to do so here, but it just barely goes overhead.
Because we're now back to square one, so both teams have to not waste any second, create those opportunities. What a great ball that ends up going above the goal of Sutton.
Corner for NoVa. Sent into the box, Sutton. 58 minutes, 2-2, Carolina Core, Northern Virginia FC, MLS Next Pro versus USL League 2. Touch up for Carolina. Now they have some open space. Evans out wide. Evans fed in. Shot. Stopped by Hamid. Rebound. Cleared off of the line. Hamid was out of position, but the D filled in. Keeps this game level at 2. Another feed into the box, and Hamid gets the grab.
And again, the difference that these players that just came in to the second half have been really interesting. I was going to say that I'm missing Hadid in there. I would have wanted to see Hadid with Polanco and now with Joshua Rodriguez, because these 3 young players and being so fast.
Pass too far, comes the other way, Evans. Evans with some running room. Deflection comes right to Rodriguez, and Evans 2-on-1 across. Starter step, and off the post, off the line. 4 for NoVa. Daniel Akinkoye. Blocked off. Cleared out, Palenko. NoVa look to make something happen, to potentially break this draw. Adrian Kofi. Kofi! Just wide of the net. Kofi lets it go. Around the far side. Towards the box, taken down, no whistle. Palenko has 2 of the 3 franchise goals for Carolina Core. Carolina Core looking for their first win in franchise history. NoVa want to interrupt the party as it comes to Rodriguez. Rodriguez makes a move, another chance, but just is unable to find the net. Goal kick.
Oh my God, I'm gonna say this, like, ever since Rodriguez stepped into the field, you can see the difference that he has brought. And I'm not only saying it because I'm admiring what he's doing, because he's from Honduras too, and I am from Honduras, and I could perfectly see this young player getting the opportunity to keep doing what he's doing. Oh my God. So far, he has had how many shots?
It's still TBD, but of the 11 on the pitch, he is 1 of 5 under the age of 20.
Yes, with
So Roy Lassiter,
19 years old.
So Roy Lassiter trying to expose the youth. He's trying to expose the space. But Hamid is able to smack that one out. We've been talking about throughout that Carolina Core did technically win that game. It goes in the book as a draw because it was 1-1 after 90. However, those 2 points in the standings do count for MLS Next Pro. However, they're still winless in their very, very short franchise history. Long ball, chase down, Lajibi, offside. Sprint to the ball, finds his way through! Carolina takes the 3-2 lead in the 82nd.
And we were talking about the excitement and how they were just working it line by line, finding a way to get a great pocket for an opportunity. And ever since the substitutions were made for Carolina Core, we can see the difference. And these kids are just having so much fun.
There's 2 philosophies you can go here, but it looks like they might try to go with the short ball, which they do. Evans out. Carolina continues the possession. How aggressive will NoVa get? Everyone's essentially in a clean sheet except for Adrian Kofi, who has the only yellow on the pitch. But Carolina gets the ball back. Stopped by Hamid. Cleared out by NoVa. Carolina on the back line. Floats this one up, but disrupted along the way, so NoVa can try to take advantage of the situation. Chunga back, Fisher. Stopped by Evans. But no whistle was heard. And the Carolina Core, for the first time in franchise history, their first win as a franchise comes in the opening round of the US Open Cup.